everyone. These days, we're taking the party outside for some fun on the deck. So how's yours looking? Is it dull and splintered? Well, our next guest can certainly help you. Scott Chaucer from Flawless Painting is back with ways to spruce up your home on the inside and out. He does both. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. Well, remind us how you started Flawless. It's a great story that unfortunately came out of a really tough time.
Yeah, I was downsized by corporate America back in 2000, and so it's almost 15 years ago. And fell back on something I love to do, and that was really transforming homes and the looks of homes, whether it's inside or out. And so we started with one house at a time, real simplistic, from Alpharetta and Roswell and Cumming, Georgia, and then we just started spreading our wings. But our strive and our goal was to provide really good customer service and meet the customer's needs, because I can find a lot of painters, but we wanted to make sure we were detailed and we did the best that we possibly could be on every single job. And
you've been awarded Best of Houzz, which is H-O-U-Z-Z, if you're somebody who's very into design, decorating. This is a great source, right? And
phenomenal
having
site.
That accolade, Best of, tell us more about that.
Yeah, there's just hundreds of thousands of contractors on there, but they select a few every year for their customer service, and we were selected for 2015, and so it's a real good accolade and a good award, and I attribute that just to our consistent processes and procedures, having the same crews for many, many years, as we've talked about on the show before. So it's been an awesome tribute to everybody collectively working together and consistency to help people with their houses.
Absolutely. And I know you have inside and outside that we're talking about, but let's quickly touch upon the inside, because Scott says that you can take your kitchen and you could transform it and save thousands at the same time, which seems hard to believe, but you don't have to spend just, you know, your life savings on a kitchen makeover.
No, you don't.
So let's look at these pictures we're seeing now.
And this is a real good example of something we just did a couple weeks ago, and I continue to talk about it. You know, we took it from a stained kitchen cabinetry to a painted kitchen cabinetry, and she's putting her house on the market, getting ready to move to the West Coast, and really doing all this by herself. Her husband's already there on the left coast, as we call it. So, you know, bottom line is that we were able to save her thousands and lots of headaches, and she was wondering, what can we do? What could I do? And so we transformed this kitchen, and she just loves it. So she's like, too bad I'm not staying here.
Yeah,
but
right.
She's ready to get out. But that was just something that we were able to just do in 4 days.
Wow.
And she was happy as could be.
No kidding. Okay, one of the things I saw in that picture, I also saw online on this mom website that I'm on, or on Facebook, and it was a woman who did all her cabinets in white, but then did the lower cabinets in dark, rich wood. And are you seeing that trend? It seems really popular, and they did it as well.
Yeah, we just did that on that island.
On the island, right.
On the island, we went with a color called Black Fox, and we just kind of did that as an accent. So it looked like a custom piece of furniture, as you see there on the film, on the clip.
Right.
And then also, we're getting ready to do another kitchen and design it where all the lower half of the cabinets are going to be in a dark gray, and the upper cabinets are going to be in a creamy color, so it's going to look more custom. And so we come up with those designs. I have a lot of help with my designer, and I also come up with some of those ideas, and this particular homeowner is getting ready to sell their home too. Case in point, they don't want to spend $15,000, $25,000 on new cabinets, so they'll spend a fraction with me updating it.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. And now let's take it outside.
Absolutely.
Decks, this is one thing that Scott says, don't touch yourself or your husband. Just leave it to the experts, because believe it or not, it may look like you just put a coat or two or three
it's just
of stain
not that
on,
simple.
and it's not that simple.
No, it's not. And here we are in prime time in summer, and we're in the thick of it right now. And it's getting hot, and it's staying hot. And there's a lot of things to do with decks, as I've told you many times on the show, not only about pressure washing and cleaning them, but what kind of stain to use, whether it's a solid stain, an opaque stain, or a semi-transparent stain. And, you know, how long do you wait? A lot of people wait way too long, and then the decks start to splinter, warp boards, then you have to do replacements, which we do a lot of that. So we advise people, you know, stain it, especially every 12 to 18 months, really saturate it, so you're not going to have those issues. And when you have those barbecues and parties and you want to go out there and bare feet and go from there to the pool or whatever, you have no problems, you have no issues.
You know, Jim did our deck years ago when it was in the middle of the recession. We were trying to save money. First of all, poor guy, it took him so much longer than he thought. but it also turned out streaky.
Yeah.
So
you got to know.
We weren't going outside much that summer. We're like, oh, okay, let's keep it in.
Yeah, you got to know how to apply the stain as well. Some people want to think about brushing it and rolling it and spraying it in a combination, and then you'll see all the lines, and then you'll see it inconsistent across the board, and then it doesn't look good at all.
That's what happened to us. Okay, we want to turn now to a very satisfied customer. She recently shared her story, her success story with us. It comes from KS in Roswell. The house is absolutely transformed. I could not be happier. I'm so thankful for Scott and his team, and what kudos that is. I mean, look at the before and look at the after. Just looks amazing. It's got to make you feel so good.
Yeah, it does. I love doing the transforming of homes. I love seeing the finished product. This is a house that it's in Roswell and it's built in the 1980s, and so it had that mystique look, kind of a bi-level house. So we took it to updated it, and I picked the colors with the homeowner. She loves it. She's so happy. We did the whole inside of her house when she moved in, and then we just did the outside for her.
She's right. So it looks like a different home. Yeah.
And those are the things that we do. And we did a bunch of wood rot for her as well because she had that going on in her house, and we've talked about that many a time. Almost every house in Atlanta has it, and we're experts at doing that. All of our crews know how to do it, and if we can't, then they don't work for me. But we do that very well.
Right, and I know that you have a great coupon. Tell us about this because it's worked really well with Atlanta and Company viewers the last few months.
Yeah, it's great, and especially since Father's Day is coming up and those moms pay attention, because if you spend over $1,000 in labor, whether it's inside or out, you get up to 15% off right off the top of the labor cost. Doesn't involve the material, but it's a great deal because when you start spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a big project, that 15% off can be anywhere from $400 to $600 to $800.
Right.
You know, so it's big, and a lot of customers are taking advantage of it. So, you know, with Father's Day coming up, maybe who needs another shirt, who needs another tie, who needs another pair of shoes? I know I don't.
Right.
So I'd love something taken off my list. So maybe you want to consider that, the moms out there, and take a deck or take a half a house and, you know, get it done for your husband.
I love that idea. That's right. Take that off the honey-do list. And quickly, Better Business Bureau, great rating.
Yeah, we're AAA rated for the last 13 years on Better Business Bureau, and a lot of people go to that nowadays, inquiry, because, you know, they don't want people in their houses that they don't trust. And I wouldn't put anybody in your house that I wouldn't have in mind. So I would never ask that of anybody. So we get a lot of inquiries with that, and it's phenomenal. So I attribute a lot of it to you, too, and getting the exposure and branding us. And it's just a win-win situation.
Well, we love having you. And listen, our house has looked so much better. We still have a couple of rooms that you need to come. Little by little, baby steps. For more information on Flawless Painting, visit flawlesspainting.com or give them a call, 678-386-7899.